Welcome back, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can run a Gaia node, and also I will show you how you can add an auto chat feature, which means that you will not be doing the chatting yourself on the platform. The node you are setting up will automatically do the chatting for you, and you just have to sit back and watch your point grow, just as you can see. But before I proceed, instead of you just waiting for me to make content here on YouTube, you can just follow me on Twitter at OXDMO. Then turn on notification, and with that you will get notified on the latest crypto updates, which I will share either on short guide or full threads. You can also join the WhatsApp channel if you are more comfortable using WhatsApp, and with that you will get the latest updates at your fingertips. That is because I always update my WhatsApp community every morning, and every hour I have an update to share. You can as well join my Telegram community if you want to engage with more people and ask questions, which I will also place down the link below this video. And lastly, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you want to get more explanatory and educative content like this. So now, for us to run this node, we will need to follow the command guide, which I will also link down below. So all you just need to do is copy and paste in your terminal. And as always, before you run any node, make sure you pay attention to the hardware requirements so that you will know the kind of VPS you want to buy. And for this Gaia node, the system requirement is 4 CPU core, 8 gig of RAM, and 10 gig of storage. This is because it's an AI related node, so it requires more resource. And the best VPS to get is Contabo. So you just have to click the second link or the first link below this video, then it will take you to Contabo. And remember that if you use my link below to register or to buy a VPS, you will not be charged the setup fee. And from the instances, you can see that the VPS1 cannot do it because VPS1 is 6 gig of RAM, while VPS2 is 16 gig of RAM. So that means if you buy VPS2 and run this Gaia node, you can actually run another node on top of this VPS2, which I'm also going to show you how. You understand? So you just have to click VPS2, then it will take us to this section whereby you just have to select either 1 month, 3 months, or so. Then you come down and generate a password. What I normally do is, after I generate a password, I will save that password on my note so that I don't have to come back to Contabo and beg for their password. You understand? You can go through it and click next. Now, on this payment section, if it's your first time buying VPS on Contabo, they will request for your biodata like your name and your address. So you just have to provide them. And if they request for verification, you just have to pay attention to one of those emails they will send. They will ask you to upload your ID and everything. Then after that, in the payment system, I use PayPal because I've already connected my Gray card to my PayPal account. If you want me to make a detailed guide on how to set up a Gray card and use for Contabo payments, you can also let me know or ask it on my Telegram community. But for now, you can see that I've already enabled my card. Then I just have to proceed with the payment. You understand? It's actually easy, so you just have to pay attention to what's on your screen, then you'll be able to overcome it. So you can see that I'm using PayPal, although you can just put the Gray card directly on your Contabo and make payments. It will go through, but because of other payments, I just link my Gray card to my PayPal and use my PayPal for all payments. You understand? So with that, you can see that I've already bought the VPS $12.5. Then I just have to wait for a few minutes or hours before trying to log into the VPS. Now, if you are new to VPS, I will suggest you watch that video at the top right corner where I give more detailed explanation on getting a VPS. Now, after everything, you already know your IP address and your password that you generated. So you will use those details to log into your PuTTY, which is why I said for you to get a better explanation of setting up your PuTTY and your VPS, you can watch that other video. But if you already have experience, you can just move on to the next step because you already know what's next. You understand? So after I set up my PuTTY and login, I'll clear everything. Then the first command is sudo apt update and sudo apt upgrade -y. This is for me to upgrade and update the server. You understand my point? So after that, I will try to enter sudo apt upgrade again to see if the server is upgraded before I proceed. Sudo apt upgrade -y. Then you can see that the server, it's well to do. So I like clearing the screen. So when I type clear, everything will just clear. You understand? Then the next step is to install Python. Now, Python is required for you to run the Autochat. So make sure that you install Python. You understand? So you just have to give it some time. And also, the reason why I'm doing this is because for you to get a better understanding on how to run a node. So with this guide, you just have to buy VPS, then get a command guide, then copy and paste. That is exactly how it is, except you're having some technical issue, which is when you can ask questions in my community. Now, the next option is to install the Gaia Node CLI. Now, before I do that, I would like to install screen. You understand? So I will type screen -s Gaia Node. This is to create a new section inside my server. You understand? For me to run this node. So that is when I will now run Gaia Node. Then copy and install the CLI. Then wait for it to load up. It's going to take some time, up to like 5-6 minutes, but you just have to wait for it. And also, if you encounter any error, it means that your internet connection is unstable, because if you have unstable internet connection, the PuTTY will keep crashing. You understand? So you can see that the CLI have been installed and my node ID is already there. So what I will do is copy my node ID, then paste it inside my notepad. You understand? After that, the next thing to do is to restart the server, which is a VPS, you understand? So you can just type in that source/root/bashrec, you understand? Then automatically it will skip that part. But for the meantime, you can just restart it by closing the PuTTY and entering it back, you understand? But since you enter that command, it's done. So I will clear it up, then move on to the next one. Now, the next one is configure the Gaia node, which is the node that you already created. So I will enter that command, then let it load. You understand? It's going to take, I think this one is even longer. It's going to take up to like another 7-8 minutes. So you just have to wait for it to load up. It's going to take some time. So after that, the next command is to copy and start the Gaia node. And remember that to copy and paste is Ctrl+Shift+C to copy and Ctrl+Shift+V to paste. And before you do that, while you want to log into your PuTTY, you will need to enable System Clipboard Copy and Paste, which is another guide of its own. You can watch that first video to know more about it. But for the meantime, we just have to move on and run this node. So after everything, you can see that the node is already up and running. Now, the next is to register your node on the dashboard. So you click Gaianet Info. It will come up with your node ID and your device ID. Now, this is very important because this is where you connect your dashboard to your node. You understand? So you can see the node ID and the device ID. Now, coming back, the next thing to do is you can put the browser on full screen, then go to node settings by just opening that link. So if you are following the guide, you should know what to do by just opening that link on a new tab. Then you click on connect new node. You understand? Then this is where you enter your node ID and your device ID. So I just copy and paste, then go back to the notes, then click, just copy and go back again and paste it. You understand? Then click on join. Then you will have to confirm your wallet. You understand? Then click on confirm. Now the next thing to do from the guide, it says that click the 3 dots next to your active node and select join. So you hover around it, then you click join domain. Then this is the next section, and from the guide again, it says select next step. So you click on next step. Then this is where you have to choose a domain that you want to run this your node on. You can select any automatic node, you understand, but I think they recommend we use pengu.gaia.domain. So you just paste it and the name will come out, you understand, then click on it. You can see that currently almost 400 nodes is currently using this domain, you understand. So you click on next step, then wait for it to load up, and you can see it, then click on complete. Before that, you have to go back to the guide again and try to understand everything and make sure that you are not doing anything wrong. Then click on complete and it's done. So with that, you have already joined a domain, which is why you can see it says join, but you have not started making any throughput. So now, before you proceed to the Autochat, you can come back to the XP section and claim this 400 Gaia points, you understand? And also, you can use my link below this video to register and get some points also. You get my point? Now, before you run any chatting, you will need to redeem some of those your Gaia points to credit, so that, because the chatting require credit. And when I come to the chatting section and click on your mate, what can you do? Then click send. You will notice that it's taking almost forever for the bot to respond. This is because this website is currently overloaded, and even your node too will wait for their response, but sometimes it will show timeout. So now, with that being said, let's move on to the next section of this video, which is setting up your Autochat, you understand? So the first thing is to get an API key, you understand? Then you open that tab on you open that page on the new tab, you understand my point? Then create API key. Then you enter a name. Let me just say OXTM, or just call it any name that you want to call it, you understand? Then click on create. It's going to take some time, but if you have stable internet connection, then you'll be able to see the key. Now remember that you will need to copy this your API key, because it will not appear again. So you just have to copy it. You can even say this is the last time you will see your API key, so make sure you save it. So I will just come back to my notes. Then, yeah, paste it and go back. Then just leave here, because I've already gotten my API key. Now, you can see that I can remove it and create new API key. So the next thing is to download the Python script. So what you will need to do is open Putty again, you understand? Because remember that since we have left it for some time, it's not gonna be active, so you have to log in back again, you understand? Then you copy and paste. I just keep that part because I know that you already know that part. So what you need to do now, after you download the Python script, is for you to start the Python script, which is a bot, you understand? Now remember that they recommend we run the bot on a separate screen, but since I'm already running this node on the script, I will not do that. So when I click start bot, it will request for API, which is the API we copied. So you just have to paste it. Now, for you to know, this guide was made by Moe, so you can also follow him. I also follow him. The guy is good, you understand? So now, if you are running the bot on the screen, you can just press Ctrl-AD to leave that screen, then come back to the main bot screen. But for the meantime, you can already see that the bot is already working. You can see that it says question 1, what is role, blah 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 of stuff. Then the Gaia platform will have to respond back. So for now, when I come back to the chats platform, you can see that it's not working at all, because the site is actually overloaded. But with my bot, you can see that the thing is sending request 1, attempt 1, the first question, attempt 2, second question, attempt 3, third question. That is how it's going to try to brute force its way through, you understand? Because if it's me typing it or you typing it, you don't have patience to wait for these things to load before you move on to the next question. No, it doesn't make sense like that. So which is why running this node is actually important. Now you can see that the attempt 7 works, you understand? So it comes up with a 180 character, which means one of those questions has been answered, you understand? So that is exactly how it is. It's very easy and very straightforward, and that is exactly how to run a Gaia node with Autochat. Now, after 24 hours, you can come back to the platform, then reload, then you'll be able to see your points, you understand? Although for the first 3 days, I've been able to make over 5,000 points from this node alone. So you can just run it yourself and see it for yourself. Now, if you encounter any issues, you can reach out to me on Twitter, on Telegram, or any way at all, you understand? And I will try my best to answer you, you understand? Because my node is actually running and I have the experience. So yeah, I will answer you from experience. So with that being said, Thank you for watching and see you on my next video.